there you are, 15 minutes early for your dream job interview, and you're nervous as hell. Why is this happening? What can you do about it? How do you know you're gonna nail the interview and get the job? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. 3 key things that you need to learn to nail any interview, so that way next time when you pull up early for that interview, you can walk in there knowing you already got the job instead of sitting there stressed out waiting for the interviewer to come call your name. So let's dive into it. Right now, in today's world, it is hard to find a job. I think I've seen a million videos on social media about people who are applying to 1,000, sometimes 2,000, or even 3,000 jobs and not getting a single callback, single email response, and they are stressed out because they can't find a job, even if they have sometimes multiple degrees. Every interview I've ever had, I've been able to nail and get offered the position. Don't panic. I have the answers. Keep watching. All right, wait. Before I share the answers, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. It helps immensely with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Now let's get to number 1. Number 1, you should go through and read all the Indeed reviews, all the Glassdoor reviews. If there's 400 of them, I don't care. Read all 400. Read the good, read the bad, read the ugly. You need to know what current employees and past employees had to say about the business. Other people in the business, not just the role you're applying for, but other roles in that same company. It's going to give you a ton of background knowledge and maybe even help you form some questions that you need to ask the interviewer, because maybe you don't even want that job after reading all those comments. Now, in addition to reading all the comments, you also need to go through and read the description for the company. You need to know what the company is about, when the company was founded, what are they offering that other companies are not offering. That way, when you go into the interview, you're going to know a lot more about the company than the average person hitting that apply button. Step number 2, you need to go in there and talk to the active employees. Getting a referral from an employee is a million times easier to get the job than it is applying as a Joe Schmo. An inside referral, I can't tell you how many companies I've worked at where if someone knew the person, they were instantly hired. They didn't even have the interview. The interview was a straight formality because they had to check the box. Ultimately, they had the job as soon as that coworker said the person's name was a great hire. Boss says, all right, great, I'm hiring them. I would highly recommend going to talk to some people there, drop off some cookies, some donuts, say hi, shake some hands, kiss some babies, figure out, how they like the job, what positions are open, pros and cons, learn more about the business and one-on-one if you can. And if they're willing to refer you after you've met them a couple times, maybe stop by twice, catch the same person, figure out their schedule, and maybe at the second interaction say, hey, I'm going to apply for this job based on everything you said. I think I do be a great fit for it. Would you be open to me mentioning your name, that I had talked to you about it and everything else, and you think that'd be a great fit? Would you be open to that? If I could use you as a referral. If you guys clicked pretty well, ultimately most people want to help people and they'd be open to doing that. And then that could be your key to getting in the door. If you can't go meet someone in person, is going to be find the hiring manager on LinkedIn. Figure out who the VPs are, who the area managers are, who the general managers are. Figure out who the hiring person is. Find them on LinkedIn and shoot them a direct message and just let them know, hey, I've been looking at your company for a long time. I've done a lot of research and I saw that there's a position open and I know I'd be a great fit for the company. If you have a moment to set up a time for a quick phone call, I'd love to connect. Going directly to the source is going to stop the hiring manager from browsing hours and hours of applications of people that they just see a name on a piece of paper. They don't know who it is. By the 3rd application, they're ready to call it quits. By you directly reaching out to them on LinkedIn, they're able to skip all that boring scrolling of applications and look at you who directly message them and be able to have a phone number, a nice short conversation, it'll call and connect, and they're going to love the fact that you went for it. You did the research, found out who they were, and messaged them directly. They like go-getters. I think every company I've ever seen likes a go-getter, and that is a go-getter mentality. And they're gonna like that. More than likely, they're gonna call you and set up an interview right away. Number 3, you need to dress to impress. I can't tell you how many times I've heard managers complain about, I really like that guy, but the way he was dressed, no. Hey, she was so sweet and so nice. She could have been a great fit, but the way she dressed for the interview, not gonna happen. Yes, It's kind of crazy how much a first impression actually makes, but it is extremely important to dress very professional. I would do, suit, tie, just make sure you wear a suit and tie, dress shoes, make sure they're shined, everything is dry cleaned and looks professional. Even if you're doing a Zoom interview, make sure you're wearing a suit jacket with a tie, or you're wearing a nice dress, not showing too much cleavage. Do something that looks very, very professional. That way you give a phenomenal first impression. People, especially in corporate America, will judge you on how you look. And this is a serious issue. In 2024, a significant number of American job seekers applied for positions without receiving any response. Estimates indicate that approximately 75% of job applicants did not hear back from employers after submitting applications. Approximately 85% of job applications were never even reviewed because it's now set to an automation. If it is manually reviewed, like I said, after 2 to 3 applications, they're done.
Steven, I already do all these things and I never get a response. I've applied to 2,000 jobs. I've read all the reviews. I messaged them on LinkedIn. No one picked me. I can't find a job. I'm 40 years old and I live with my parents and I'm
Okay, well, I have to tell you, you need to expand your search. If that is truly an accurate statement, you did all these things and you're messaging and you're stopping in and you're doing all these 3 steps and you can't get past the job interview to get the job, then you need to start looking in other states and you're gonna have to move because America's a big place. And I know you wanna live wherever you're living, but guess what? The jobs aren't there, so you need to go where the money is. Follow the money. Now, I'll leave you with one last bonus tip. Be extremely positive. When you're on the phone with the recruiter or on the phone with the hiring manager, smile. People can hear a smile through the phone, and people love to work with people that are very happy and positive. As a hiring manager, when they're thinking about bringing someone on a team, they want someone that's going to integrate well and be a very happy, positive person in the team environment. Remember, people like themselves or who they want to be like. Be relatable. Don't overtalk, listen and respond. Be relatable. And remember, during the interview, listen to understand, don't listen to respond. So take your time when answering and be relatable to who you're talking to in front of you. And if you're going for a sales position, you need to be hungry. You need to talk about how much money you want to make. You're making this move to change your life. You need to be the person that they look at you and they're like, this guy is someone I want. You need to translate that during the interview from the very beginning all the way through to the very end. Pair that energy with a positive attitude and smiling on the phone, you got the job. I hope this video helped you learn a little bit more about the interview process. Leave a comment if you learned anything in this video. And if you get a job offer and you nailed it and this video helped you, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for your support. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a beautiful day.